Get ready to uncover the mysteries of ancient Egypt's mighty rulers. We're diving into the most iconic pharaohs who were believed to be gods on earth, ruling with absolute power thousands of years ago. From mind-blowing treasures to shocking secrets, we'll explore the fascinating world of Egyptian monarchs, starting with the legendary Khufu. This powerful pharaoh took the throne around 2589 BC and ruled until 2566 BC, leaving behind a lasting legacy that's still awe-inspiring today. Buckle up because we're diving into a mind-blowing era with ancient Egyptian leader King Khufu. He's the genius behind one of history's most enduring mysteries, the incredible Great Pyramids. Khufu set the bar high by building the very first pyramid in the Giza complex, and it's no surprise that he became the trendsetter for future pharaohs to follow. For centuries, these towering structures have left us scratching our heads, wondering about their true purpose and how they managed to defy gravity with such precision and skill, a feat that wouldn't be matched for thousands of years. Interestingly, King Khufu's final resting place is inside the pyramid he supposedly commissioned, where his mummy still lies today. Let's give it up for an ancient Egyptian king who's often in the shadow of those giant pyramids, but don't sleep on him. Josir, also known as Josir, was a game-changer. He kicked off the Old Kingdom era around 2630 BC and ruled for nearly 2 decades. This pharaoh from Egypt's 9th dynasty is largely unknown, yet he transformed construction forever. His incredible impact can still be seen today in one of the most fascinating archaeological sites on Earth, the Step Pyramid at Sakara. Get ready to uncover one of history's biggest mysteries. The ancient Egyptian limestone pyramid, built as a final resting place for King Josir, is a marvel of stability that's still standing tall today, all thanks to the genius architect Imhotep who saw it through after the king's passing. But let's switch gears and explore the brutal reign of Xerxes I, also known as the Great. This Persian Achaemenid king took over Egypt around 486 BC and ruled until his death in 465 BC, leaving a trail of fear among historians and archaeologists with his ruthless ways. You won't believe some of his most shocking tactics. Imagine a ruthless leader leaving a trail of destruction wherever he went. Mass graves found near every town that fell under his control. This power-hungry king is infamous for taking Egypt by force, unleashing brutal torture on its people and setting sights on Greece next. His ambitions nearly made him the supreme ruler over 3 ancient civilizations: Egypt, Greece, and Persia. But fate had other plans. He was tragically killed by a trusted commander of his own elite bodyguards. Get ready to dive into ancient Egypt's wildest ride, the reign of Thutmose III. This tiny tot king took the throne at just 2 years old after his dad kicked the bucket, but he wasn't exactly a helpless toddler. His stepmom, Hatshepsut, stepped in to keep things running smoothly until he was old enough to take charge. Fast forward a few years and we've got Thutmose III co-ruling alongside his stepmom. Talk about an unlikely duo. But this little king didn't let his age hold him back. He went on to become Egypt's greatest warrior, earning himself the title Napoleon of Egypt and leaving behind a legacy that's still mind-blowing today. With stability in place, Thutmose III unleashed his creative side, building some seriously epic monuments, like the jaw-dropping Temple of Karnak, an Egyptian mythology hot spot you won't want to miss. Buckle up, history fans. We've got another mind-blowing discovery to dive into. Archaeologists were stunned when they found one of the pharaohs in the Valley of the Kings. And it's not just any pharaoh. Let me introduce you to Amenhotep III, a game-changing leader from ancient Egypt. Ruling from 1391 BC to 1353 BC, this 9th pharaoh of the 18th dynasty was an economic genius and a true Renaissance man, leaving an indelible mark on Egyptian art that still leaves archaeologists in awe today. Get ready to meet 2 of ancient Egypt's biggest personalities. First up, there's Amenhotep III, a self-proclaimed superstar who loved being in the spotlight so much that he built thousands of monuments, mostly featuring his own face. Yep, you read that right. He commissioned more statues of himself than any other ruler in history, earning him a spot as one of humanity's most frequently depicted historical figures. With all these grand tributes to his greatness, we have an amazing wealth of information about his time, making it easy for us to learn from this ancient Egyptian king. Now let's switch gears and talk about another famous pharaoh, Tutankhamun, or King Tut as he's more commonly known. Imagine burying your family heirlooms with you when you go, and having your tomb become the ultimate target for treasure hunters. That was basically the life of King Tut and his family. They took their valuables to the afterlife, making their tombs high risk for looting. The Egyptian government knows this, which is why King Tut's tomb has more security than any other ancient site in Egypt. His lost treasure, worth potentially more than all treasures found in Egypt combined, remains hidden deep beneath the desert sands. For centuries, top-notch archaeologists have been on a quest to uncover it. Will they succeed? Get ready to dive into the fascinating world of ancient Egypt's golden girl, Cleopatra. This legendary queen is more than just a name in history books. She's a cultural phenomenon that continues to captivate our imagination today. Often vilified as the mastermind behind the downfall of Egypt's mighty empire, Cleopatra remains an enigma, with many questions still surrounding her life and reign. As the last pharaoh of Ptolemaic Egypt, her story is filled with intrigue, from high-stakes romance to lavish lifestyles. But there's one eerie aspect about Cleopatra that has both historians and archaeologists scratching their heads, and it's going to blow your mind. Get ready for a wild twist. As Octavian's army took over Egypt, Cleopatra was hiding with her kids, but no way could she face what was coming next, being paraded around as a captive and put through unimaginable torture. So, legend has it she made one last move, grabbing an infamous Egyptian cobra and forcing its deadly venom into her own body, ending her life instantly. But here's the mind-blowing part. Despite millions of hours spent searching by archaeologists over the years, Cleopatra's final resting place remains a complete mystery. Maybe it's out there waiting to be uncovered, but until then, we're left with even more questions than answers. Get ready for some royal awesome. While Cleopatra might have had a dramatic exit, don't think that means women can't be total boss queens in ancient Egypt. Case in point, Hatshepsut. She was only the second female pharaoh to ever rule, and what a queen she was, sitting pretty as the fifth ruler of the 18th Egyptian dynasty. History says she's actually the most successful female leader of ancient Egypt, and we're loving her vibe. Her reign was all about chill vibes and growth. Egyptians had more peace than ever before, and that extra cash wasn't going towards war or military, but instead into cool infrastructure projects and trade deals. Buckle up, history buffs. We've got some jaw-dropping discoveries coming your way. Hatshepsut's majestic body was unearthed again from Egypt's Valley of the Kings back in 1902. A real game changer, as she's the only pharaoh to ever have her remains moved from that sacred site. But here's where it gets really fascinating. When archaeologists unwrapped her mummy, they were met with an unexpected sight. Hatshepsut was actually a plus-size queen in her pearly whites, more like yellowish and very far from perfect. Now, let's zoom in on another enigmatic pharaoh, Akhenaten. For ages, his existence remained a mystery, but all of that changed in 1907 when archaeologists finally stumbled upon his remains. This incredible find not only revealed the truth about his reign, but also pieced together his intriguing timeline. Let's dive into ancient Egyptian history. Meet Akhenaten, a total game changer from the 18th century who dared to challenge the norm by introducing monotheism, worshipping just one god, Aten. This radical idea led him to revamp Egypt's entire spiritual scene and even knock down or repurpose many old temples. However, his bold move was met with massive backlash from fellow rulers after his demise. They basically wiped Akhenaten off the map, making it seem like he never existed. But thanks to some amazing archaeological finds, we're now able to uncover the secrets of this fascinating pharaoh. Speaking of legendary leaders, let's talk about another Egyptian icon, Ramesses II, often seen as a great ancestor and an incredible ruler in his own right. Buckle up, guys. Ancient Egyptian ruler Ramesses II is about to blow your mind. While he's famous for his epic building sprees and expanding Egypt's empire, there's another story that will leave you speechless. Fast forward over 2 millennia in 1881, a team of French explorers stumbled upon Ramses' mummy and were shocked by its condition. It was literally falling apart. They rushed him to France for emergency treatment of a gruesome fungal infection, and guess what? They issued him a passport, thousands of years after his death. And when he finally arrived in France, the authorities showed some serious respect, giving him a full military salute because, let's face it, this was a king. Building a lasting legacy is all about leaving an impact that outlasts your time. Think of it as writing your own timeless story. What's your chapter going to be? Will people remember you for making a difference or creating something amazing? The choice is yours. If this video sparked some inspiration for you, hit that like button and let us know in the comments what kind of legacy you want to leave behind. And if you're new here, consider joining our community by subscribing. We're all about sharing ideas that can change lives.